GTS Jets, and welcome back to another Jets Ward live stream. How's it going, guys? I'm so glad to be back with you. Oh man, training camp is almost here, right around the corner, and so much big news has been taking place in the NFL, and I'm so excited to talk about it with you all. And I know, before we get into it, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I always love having you guys in the Jets Ward, especially during live streams. It's always so much fun to talk with you guys and hang out and just see how you guys are doing and what your opinions are about some of the movements and things that have been taking place in the Jets board so far and in the NFL. If you're new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another team, or just a casual NFL fan, you know you're always welcome here in the Jets board. Oh, this is a safe space for you. But I know that we normally jump right into the power rankings, and tonight's a fun one. We're going to be talking about the power rankings of weak side linebackers, or left outside linebackers, in other words. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about that. But the NFL has been going through a major thing so far, especially when it comes to the draft picks, focused specifically on the 2025 second-round draft picks. Do you know there are only 14 of them signed at this point? Luckily today, Mason Taylor was one of them for the New York Jets, and I know all of us Jets fans were really happy. Patriots second-round draft pick Travion Henderson was signed to a fully guaranteed contract not too long ago today. But it's very concerning to see all of these guys not signing their rookie contracts. It's really shocking to see all these second-round picks just still unsigned. Bengals are dealing with a lot of stuff because their first-round draft pick, Shamar Stewart, isn't signed either. And it looks like he's not going to get signed anytime soon. But before we get into the power rankings today, I just want to go over some of these guys and tell you who's signed and some players in the second round that are still unsigned. Because there's some big names that are still out there that are unsigned. So for the first one, and I will show you this real quick, make it bigger for you. So for these guys, pick number 33, the first pick in the second round, Carson Schwarzenegger from the Browns. He signed a 4-year, $11.8 million fully guaranteed contract. First one to get it. Jaden Higgins for the Houston Texans signed a 4-year, $11.7 million contract, fully guaranteed. Like, it's crazy that these guys are getting all of this fully guaranteed. Nick Emmanwori for the Seahawks, 4-year, $11.6 million contract, fully guaranteed. Browns go to Quinshon Judkins, who is still unsigned, but there's a lot of issues going on there. He was just arrested for a domestic violence charge on July 12th. That's a big issue. Dolphins second-round pick, guard Jonas Savaiinaea, 4-year deal, 100% guaranteed, which is crazy. Travion Henderson, like I said, from the Patriots, agreed fully guaranteed contract. It's crazy how these players are getting fully guaranteed. Luther Burden recently just signed 4-year, $10.965 million deal. Tyler Shuck, who's probably going to be the starting quarterback of the Saints this year, unsigned still. TJ Sanders unsigned for the Buffalo Bills. Mason Taylor, we talked about it today, 4-year, $10.46 million deal with about 9.83 or something like that guaranteed, so 91% of his contract guaranteed. Alfred Collins for the 49ers is signed. Donovan Nzugurike recently just signed as well. JT Tuimoloau from the Indianapolis Colts recently signed. Terrence Ferguson for the Rams unsigned. Will Johnson unsigned. That's a shocking one too because he was looked at as being the best cornerback in this draft. So there's a lot of these guys still unsigned, and just going through all of them is crazy. Ariante Ursary for the Houston Texans, that could end up being a starting tackle for them. Demetrius Knight, who we're going to talk about tonight because I really like him. He's unsigned for the Bengals, which is not great for them. Elijah Arroyo signed his contract with the Seahawks. That's a really good one. Nick Scorton, unsigned. Olufemi Aladejo, unsigned. Benjamin Morrison, unsigned. Anthony Belton signed his rookie contract with the Packers. Trey Harris yesterday signed his contract with the Chargers, which was great because Mike Williams retired, as we saw that. Ozzie Trapilo for the Bears signed, which is great. Tate Ratledge for the Lions signed. Jack Besh signed for the Raiders. Mike Green recently signed. RJ Harvey signed. Trey Amos, they agreed to a deal. We don't know the numbers for that yet. Shamar Turner signed. But just look at all this, guys. There are so many people still unsigned second round picks. It is crazy. It's nuts to see all of these players still unsigned. It really, really is. And I just don't understand it. I don't get why these teams can't get a contract for their second round players fixed. It's frustrating, especially when you're a team that struggled. Let's say you didn't have a first round pick, or let's say you're in the situation for the Bengals right now. Your first round pick is basically most likely not going to sign with you. Now you can't get your second round pick to sign, who's supposed to be a big part of that defense too. It's crazy to see what is happening with these teams. As a Jet fan, I'm really, really happy that Mason Taylor signed with the Jets. I'm so glad his contract is done. As a Jet fan, this is new for us because we don't really go into a training camp with no issues. In past GMs, head coaches, we'd go into training camps and there'd be so many people holding out. We had an issue with Quinnen Williams possibly holding out a couple years ago because we went into training camp and his deal wasn't done. We had a lot of issues with former players, or we'd have to overpay players and then they wouldn't perform. Muhammad Wilkerson was one of them years and years ago. Normally the Jets are the ones late to the party, and then they get the players coming in late. But now it seems under this new regime, I love what AG and Darren Muji have been doing. They're getting these players. They're showing that they want to protect the younger players on this team and show that they care, that they are part of the future. So they're giving them contracts that they deserve, that aren't overpays in my opinion, but contracts that they deserved. Sauce Gardner deserved that contract to be one of the highest paid cornerback in the league. You want to know why? Because the first 2 years he was in the league, he was an all-pro. Last year, yeah, he might have had a down year, but you know what? That year he had last year, most cornerbacks in this league would have loved to have that season last year. Yeah, he had a couple penalties. He had a couple missed tackles. That happens to everybody. Pat Surtain, one of the best cornerbacks in the league, and people will say that he is the best for the Broncos. He's had some bad plays too. He's had some issues, but he's a legit lockdown corner for the Broncos. No cornerback is perfect. I don't see any cornerback in the league right now like a Darrelle Revis was. Lockdown, you don't throw it his way. Sauce Gardner can do that. Pat Surtain, I think, can do that. There's a couple cornerbacks that could possibly do it. But Sauce Gardner, I think, deserved that contract. And we're looking at it right now being like, oh, yeah, he's the highest paid cornerback. Year from now, 2 years from now, that ain't going to be the case. There's going to be people who get much bigger contracts than what Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner got. And what possibly like AVT would get for right guard, or a John Simpson for left guard, or a Breece Hall. I don't even think, in my opinion, I like Breece Hall a lot. But we have two really good running backs behind him. If Breece balls out this year, okay, give him another contract. But if we're seeing a lot from Braylon Allen and Isaiah Davis, and even Donovan Edwards, who we signed as an undrafted rookie, there's might be a topic of possible trade at the deadline, especially if the Jets aren't going anywhere. Or we can give them the franchise tag. There are things we could do with this team. And we still have a lot of young players that are going to need contracts. Like I mentioned, two of them. We have AVT, who's going to need a contract at the end of this year. John Simpson's up at the end of this year. Jermaine Johnson could be looking into a contract extension too. He's going to be on his fifth-year deal or fifth-year option next year, but he could be looking for a contract, especially if he balls out. Will McDonald's contract is going to be coming up down the pipeline very, very soon too. We also have Andre Sisco, who's a free agent at the end of this year. There are players on this team who are going to be needing contracts. So what I'm really happy about right now is that Sauce Gardner and Garrett Wilson were locked down. 4-year deal. They're going to be here for the long term. They want to be here for the long term. Quincy Williams is another one who's going to need a contract. Do we re-sign him? Do we move along from him? These are things that teams are going to need to look at. Jamie Sherwood, too, was a guy we signed in the offseason. We've re-signed him. He's somebody who's going to be here for the long term as well. Muji and AG know what types of players they want. There was a thing that came out today that when AG got the job, the first person he called was Garrett Wilson to tell him that he was so important to this team. And now what? Got him here for 4 more years. Sauce Gardner, got him here for 4 more years. The teams are going to have money. Everybody's like, oh, you spent all this money on 2 players. Yeah, they're cornerstones of the team. They needed to get their contracts. Because if you sign those 2, it shows the players that are on the team that if you ball out for us, you're going to earn a contract. And there's no more Jets tax anymore. We're not going to, for free agents, we're not going to have to overpay for a lot of these guys. Darren Muji and AG know what they're doing. And if Woody Johnson stays out of the way, I honestly think the Jets and this front office and coaching staff could be formidable in the future. Now, are they going to be a dominant team this year? I don't know. Justin Fields, I think, is one of the biggest players that's under the most pressure this year. He's got to show that he can be a legit quarterback in this league. If he can't, the Jets start all over again. We'll have to look for another quarterback. I have faith in Justin Fields because it feels like this franchise is the first time that's actually showing that they trust him. When he was drafted by the Bears, Matt Nagy didn't want him. When he went to the Steelers, Russell Wilson was the starting quarterback. Even when he went 4-2 to start, Justin Fields knew that when Russell Wilson came back, he was going to get benched. That's not stable. This is the team. The Jets brought him in and told him, you are our starting quarterback. We trust you. We want you to feel comfortable being a quarterback. And I think he feels more excited and happy being here. He's got his college receiver back. He's got his college tight end back. There's a relationship there with those 2. So I'm really excited with how the offseason has gone for the Jets this year. And it just feels a lot different. They're not making the biggest moves, but they're making the moves that need to happen, which is really, really good in my opinion. And I'm loving what Darren Muji is doing. I wasn't the biggest fan of the signing. I think he was probably my 3rd choice, but AG too. AG was my 2nd choice as a head coach. But I really love what they've done. I think they've been doing everything right. No nonsense. They say something, they do it. They back up what they talk, and which is great. First interview when they got hired, we want to keep young talent. What'd they do? Jamian Sherwood, Sauce Gardner, Garrett Wilson, and today Mason Taylor. Signed him. No more rookie contracts that need to be done. The Jets are going into a training camp with no worries. Well, maybe a couple worries. The linebacking room, I think, is a big issue. We have Jamian Sherwood and Quincy Williams, but behind them, I think it's one of our weaker positions, and we'll get into that. But I think what the Jets have done has been an amazing, amazing thing, and I'm really excited to see what happens. But getting into it, guys, I'm going to get you guys into what we were going to be talking about tonight. Another Power Rankings live stream. I love doing this. And for those that are in here, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel, like the stream, and I hope you enjoy it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this as well. And getting into it, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. We are going to get into this. Give me 1 second to pull it all the way up. But getting into it at number 32, starting outside linebacker, Jalen Carley's from the Indianapolis Colts. I think he's one of the weakest ones, but he's only been in the league for 1 year. He was a rookie last year, only played in 10 games. He's 23 years old, 6'3", 227 pounds. I think the Colts do like him. I think he's an interesting player. He's freakishly athletic. He's quick. I think he needs to build up more muscle to be able to stop the run, but he's decent in coverage. He had 24 solo tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions. Again, there needs to be more seen from him, but right now, he's my number 32 ranked left outside linebacker or weak side linebacker. I think he's going to get better, but I didn't see much from him last year. And that defense for the Colts is pretty good anyway. So I don't think he is – I think he's going to get better. I don't think he's an awful player. I think he's good, but on this list right now, he's my 32nd ranked left outside linebacker. Now, continuing on, getting into number 31, I got D. Winters. D. Winters is a starting outside linebacker, weak side linebacker for the 49ers. Under Robert Saleh, who knows? He could get this guy up and going because Robert Saleh does really, really good with defensive line and linebackers. Look what him and Ulbrich did with Quincy Williams. So D. Winters could be somebody who he really likes and could get the most out of him. But last year didn't see too much from him. So he's 24 years old. He's 5'11", 227 pounds. Been in the league for 2 years. Played 15 games last year. Had 24 solo tackles, 0 sacks, 0 forced fumbles, and 0 interceptions. Overall, he's still young. Just like I said about the last guy. Still young, but I'm interested to see what the 49ers and Robert Saleh can do with this kid. He's on the smaller side, but that's not always a problem if you're on the smaller side as a linebacker. Some shorter linebackers have succeeded in this league, London Fletcher being one of them. But continuing on, we get into number 30, and I got, yes, the New York Jets left outside linebacker, Jamin Davis. As a Jet fan, I'm not excited about this. Solid as a backup, possibly, but other than Jamie Sherwood and Quincy Williams, this linebacker crew is pretty weak. If you're a big fan of Francisco Mauigoa, cool. That doesn't really do it for me. Jamin Davis, he's been in the league last year. He bounced around from the Commanders and the Vikings. Played in only 9 games last year. I don't know. Maybe maybe AG and Wilkes could get something out of him. But I'm not really excited about thinking of a starting linebacker, having Jamin Davis as a starting outside linebacker for the New York Jets. As a backup, possibly, but I'm also not comfortable with Francisco Mauigoa out there either, who's more not a pass coverage guy. He's more of a run stuffer. So he's young, so there's that, but he's been in the league for 4 years. Like I said, he's played in 9 games last year, had 12 solo tackles, 1 sack, bounced around from team to team. I hope the Jets can get something out of him, but I'm not the most comfortable with Jamin Davis as a starting linebacker for the New York Jets. I'm sorry. He doesn't get me very excited. Oh, hey, Chris, what is going on, bud? Hey, Ryan, everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hit the like button, please. Like, support, subscribe to the Jets Ward, New York Jets YouTube channel. Ryan deserves a great New York Jets content creator. Thank you so much, man. I saw you in Jets Talk 24/7, Ryan's channel the other night. You are just so cool, dude. You're so nice. I really appreciate the support and everything you bring to these channels. Awesome guy, and really, really appreciate you. And thank you. When you guys do come in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It does help out, just like Chris B said, and I really appreciate you, man. Let me know how you feel about Jamin Davis as a starting linebacker on this team. I'm not the most confident as him being our weak side linebacker. I'm wearing my New York Jets hat and New York Jets shirt now. Ryan is a phenomenal New York Jets fan in person, representing our New York Jets fan base, community, family, nation, providing great New York Jets NFL football content. A+. Dude, you are the best. I appreciate you, man. You are so cool. Love the support and appreciate you, man. Really do. And I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you've been enjoying the live streams as well and the videos that I've been posting. You're awesome, man. I really, really appreciate you. Doing great stuff. Thank you so much, bud. That means a lot. And guys, Jamin Davis, like I've been saying, not the most exciting for us Jet fans. He really, not for me anyway. I hope he does well. I really do. But right now, he's my 30th ranked outside linebacker for the New York Jets and in the NFL. Continuing on, we get to number 29. I got Drew Tranquill, and I feel like Chiefs fans are going to be a lot higher. They're definitely going to be a lot higher. He's been good for them. He's had 2 sacks last year, 54 tackles. He's a good run stuffer. Played in 16 games. Only been in the league for 6 years. He's getting on the older side. He's 29 years old, but still solid player. I don't know. I think he's pretty good, but I don't think he's phenomenal by all means. But for what the Chiefs ask him to do, he does it. And so I think he's okay. He's an all right player. He doesn't miss a lot of tackles. Gets in the backfield pretty quick. Not the best coverage guy. But he does what he needs to do. He does his job for the Kansas City Chiefs. And we all know that defense is pretty solid over there. They're really, really good, especially their defensive line. Rumor that George Karlaftis is going to get a monster contract soon if he hasn't already, which is well-deserved. The guy's a freak over there, so good as an edge rusher. So Chiefs know what they're doing on defense. Spagnuolo is a phenomenal defensive coach, and I'd be shocked if he doesn't get a head coaching gig again. I think he's earned it with how great he's been as a defensive coordinator for the Chiefs, honestly. Maybe one more shot. I know he hasn't had that much success as a head coach, but defensive coordinator, pretty good. Very, very good, if not the best one in the league. So continuing on, I had Drew Tranquill at 29. 28, I get to Anthony Walker of the Tampa Bay Bucks, coming from Miami last year. Jess Aaron, what up? How's it going, Jess? I hope you're doing well. Long time no see. I hope you're doing well in your new school as well. Hope all the kids are treating you right, or treated you right when you moved over there. I hope you're doing well. Hope you and Jim are doing very well. I miss you guys. Hope we get to see each other soon. So, I love Jess. She's so good. Aw. We gotta get together. We gotta hang out soon. Jess, you, me, Britt, and Jim, we gotta hang out soon. Go to Romans again. Place is great. Getting into it, Anthony Walker Jr. for the Bucks came from Miami, so he's not going very far, staying in Florida. 29 years old, 6'1", 235, 8 years in the league, played in 14 games last year, so he's durable. Had 34 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. He's okay. He's not going to be like a monster on defense. He'll make some flashy plays, but he's not the most athletic guy. He's a gap guy. He can stop the run. He's solid in the run, and he needs to be in a defense that can get him in a zone and just have him run straight forward and bull rush somebody. That's the biggest thing. He can use his power to help out, and the Bucs defense under Todd Bowles can do that. They like to blitz their linebackers, so Anthony Walker could actually succeed in that type of defense. So watch out for him this year, but I'm not holding my breath for him. But right now, he's number 28 for me. Then we get into number 27. This is a guy I think the Panthers could move on from, trade or a training camp cut. DJ Wonnum, he's bounced around the league a couple of times, from Vikings to Carolina. He's 27 years old, 6'5", 258. More of an edge rusher type presence out there with that size. He's not great in coverage. More of a edge rusher blitzing type of guy, can be used in run stopping. But again, coverage, very weakened. He had 18 solo tackles, only played in 8 games last year, so durability concerns as well. Had 4 sacks, which is okay, and 1 forced fumble. There's a lot that he needs to do. Injuries are a big issue for him. That's why he's lower on this list. I do like DJ Wonnum. I like the size, but durability concerns. That's the biggest issue. Can he stay healthy? That's the biggest issue. Getting into number 26, I get Draymond Jones for the Tennessee Titans, coming over from the Seattle Seahawks. It's another guy that is going to be starting on this Titans defense, new to that linebacking core. They got Corey Barton as their middle linebacker. Draymond Jones coming over. It might be a better fit for him. He's durable, played in all 17 games. He's only 28 years old, had 4 sacks, 1 forced fumble, good coming off the edge, solid in run stuff, and not great in coverage either. But again, another guy who could be a pass threat, an edge rushing threat, and is solid in the run. Is he an every down guy? Probably not. Run downs he's much better in. You might want to get him off the field when it comes to coverage. But I think the Titans are trying to just build something new with this defense. It really depends on how the Titans defense is interesting. They don't have the biggest names. Like Jeffrey Simmons is a flashy name. I really love Jeffrey Simmons there. But they don't have like the biggest named players there, but yet their defense is always pretty good. They didn't lose games because of their defense last year. They lost games because of their poor quarterback play. The turnovers, the badly timed interceptions or fumbles. That's why they lost. That defense was actually legit. And Draymond Jones, could he come in and be a great piece next to Cody Barton there? Could. My buddy Rich would be able to tell us a lot more. I think he's okay. similar defensive scheme in Tennessee that the Seahawks had, so could be pretty good for them. But right now, he's my 26th guy. He doesn't really wow me. He makes some good plays, but not much help in the pass protection. Then we get into the next one. We got to the Texans, and we get to Henry 202. Henry 202. 24 years old, very young player. That Texans defense is stacked. And I've been talking to a couple Texans fans. They love their defense. And this guy, he's only 24. He could get much, much better. Had 1.5 sacks last year, 54 tackles, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. The guy can do it all. Not bad in coverage. Solid coming off the edge. Can stop the run a little bit. He's young. So he needs to build up some more muscle. But that Houston defense is star-studded. They got a lot of great players over there. So I think this guy can be very good with time to come. But for right now, he's my 25th ranked guy. I do like where I see him going, where his projection is. Only been in the league for 2 years. He needs to stay healthy. So that's a big thing that he needs to do. But honestly, I think this Texans got a good player here. Not elite, but pretty good. I think he's going to – those numbers I think are going to jump up a little bit. I think he might end up getting 3 to 4 sacks this year. I think they might try to blitz him more off the edge. But we will see. Good athletic guy out there. So Texans got a good one. Then we get into number 24, Kenneth Murray, going over to the Dallas Cowboys from the Tennessee Titans. Again, another guy, young player. The Cowboys are trying to revamp that defense, man. They're trying to figure out a contract for Parsons. Kenneth Murray could be a solid player for them. I think he was okay for Tennessee last year. I'm shocked that the Tennessee Titans actually let him go. I thought he played well in their defense. He had played in 14 games, 57 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. I think he's moving to a much more aggressive defense in Dallas. They're going to blitz, which I think is one of his specialties. So Kenneth Murray's numbers could get much better next year. And again, he doesn't do one thing exceptional, but he does all the basics pretty well. Pass coverage, run stuffing, sacks. He's got good speed. Sometimes he can blow an assignment. He can be a little aggressive when the ball is thrown his way, but he doesn't normally miss a lot of tackles. And overall, a pretty good player in general. But right now, it just goes to show. Dropped my charger right there. It just goes to show how good these linebackers are. And I'm hoping you're liking these power rankings as well. Sometimes these are really tough to do because some of these players are just so freaking good, man. And there might be some big shocks that I have coming up. Some that you might be like, there's no way that this person should be that low or that high. But continuing on, getting to number 23, I got Carl Granderson from the New Orleans Saints. He is a fun one to watch. He is basically a smaller version or bigger version of a Demario Davis, like a younger version of him. Only been in the league for 6 years. 5.5 sacks last year. Is a freight train coming off that edge. 1 forced fumble, 0 interceptions. Durability, he can stay healthy. But the biggest concern with him is he tends to overplay some things, overreact. So he can, when it's a run outside, if he gets juked, he sometimes over pursues. He's a good sideline to sideline linebacker, which is really, really good for the Saints. Their defense isn't bad. He's one of the better, brighter spots for him, but can over pursue sometimes and miss some tackles. But right now, I have him number 23. I think that's the fair spot for him. Getting into number 22, I got Alex Anzalone from the Detroit Lions. He was a heartbeat for that Detroit Lions last year. Problem is durability. He's a captain on that team, but you got to be honest. Detroit Lions defense took a massive beating last year. So they took a massive beating last year. He's been in the league for 8 years. He's not the biggest named guy. Had 1 sack, 43 tackles, 10 games played. Getting older. It's going to be interesting to see how he performs in the Detroit Lions defense without AG there, because AG really loved this guy. Is he going to still perform at a high level? We'll see. He's another one that's had durability concerns in his career, so we'll have to see with that. But I like what they have in Alex Anzalone. Again, doesn't do anything exceptional. Much better in the run-stopping game than he is in the pass protection. But again, everywhere where the ball is, great instincts as a player too. Getting into the next one. This is going to be a shocking one for you guys up here, I believe. DeMarcus Lawrence right now on the Seattle Seahawks depth chart is their weak side linebacker. And I know he can do it. He's done it in Dallas. But he is more of your edge rusher. He is the more hand in the dirt edge rusher, in my opinion. Right now they have him as weak side linebacker. It's going to be very interesting. I have him at 21 because he only played 4 games last year. He's 33 years old. He's a monster of a man, but he's not getting any older. And the numbers have gone down the past couple of years. And durability concerns have been a major issue for DeMarcus Lawrence in the past couple of years. He had 3 sacks last year, 7 tackles, and 1 forced fumble. But he's not going to give you much other than pass rush. He can't cover. He's good in the run stuffing, but is he going to give you everything? Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Dog barking. Sorry about that. So, DeMarcus Lawrence, overall, I like him as a player and everything, but he's coming off a major injury. Don't think he's going to be as productive with the Seahawks. It's going to be hard. He played in Dallas his whole career, and now to bounce to a different team, it's going to be very, very interesting. I don't know. I'm really concerned about how he's going to do in Seattle. I don't think it was a great move going over there. I think he should have stayed in Dallas. But he got the contract he wanted, which was nice. And getting into the next one, I got the Falcons here. I got James Pierce. He is the first-round pick from the Falcons this year, pick number 26. He came from Tennessee. Really athletic guy. Very athletic. Solid in coverage, but better as a pass rusher. The Falcons drafted him to get more pass rush. That's what his strength is. He's got a lot of speed. He is freakishly athletic. He needs to get stronger in the bull rushing department, but he can beat you with his speed on the edge. He's got a good spin move. He's got a lot of good moves that he could use at his disposal to get to the quarterback. It's going to be interesting how he takes that step into the NFL. He's my first rookie that I got on this list. I'm going to tell you, I think I got a couple more coming up, and I got these rookies kind of high. I do like a lot of these guys coming into the league, but James Pierce was probably my least favorite one out of the rookies coming in as a starter. But I think he's going to do pretty well with that Falcons defense. I think they're going to have some fun blitzing some quarterbacks, and James Pierce could be on the benefit of a lot of those. Continuing on. Number 19, I get into Tremaine Edmonds, former Bills linebacker. Been in the league for 7 years. I like Tremaine Edmonds. I think he's solid in pass coverage. He needs to get a little bit better in the run department. But as a pass coverage, he got an interception last year, fumble, 60 tackles. Overall is durable, solid player, captain of that defense. I really like Tremaine Edmonds and think he's a very, very good linebacker in this league. Again, he's been in the league for 7 years. Chicago really likes him, and there's a good reason why. He's durable. He doesn't miss a lot of games, and he's a solid player, smart player as well. Can dissect an offense very, very good, and is a good sideline-to-sideline player. Sometimes he tackles a little high, which can make him miss some tackles. But overall, Tremaine Edmonds is a very good linebacker in this league. On my list as number 19, which I think is pretty good, especially for him. I think he's a good linebacker in this league. Going into my next one, I got Jalen Phillips. Miami fans, I'm putting him here. I'm putting him low. He could be higher, definitely. He's got the skill set to be a lot higher. He's been in the league for 4 years. He's only 26 years old and is a fantastic edge rusher. Problem, he can never stay healthy. That's the biggest issue with Jalen Phillips, and he's coming off a very, very serious injury, an Achilles injury. He only played in 4 games, 2 tackles, 1 sack. When he's healthy, he's a legit threat, and I could have happily put him higher on this list. The problem is he's never healthy, and I really like him. That's what Chop Robinson, who I think is on that team as well, on the Dolphins, yeah. He was very good and came in as a backup to Jalen Phillips, benefited with Jalen Phillips going down because Jalen Phillips is a great, great player. But we knew coming out of college that his injuries, durability was a major, major concern. And he hasn't been able to stay healthy in the NFL. If he can He could be a major disruptor on that Dolphins defense. Problem is, he can't. He hasn't been able to stay healthy in his whole career. That's been the biggest issue. I don't wish any injuries on anybody. Like, I want to see all these players succeed. As a Jet fan, I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose to the Dolphins, the Patriots, or any other team. But I don't wish for a player on an opposite team to get a massive injury. Jalen Phillips has just been very, very unlucky. And he's got a lot of skill. He's got a lot of upside. But the injuries are what knocks this kid down to number 18 for me. And it really sucks because this guy is so freaking talented. He is such a good player. But right now, Jalen Phillips is number 18. And at number 17, I got Quay Walker. Quay Walker is an interesting one for Green Bay. He's 25 years old, been in the league for 3 years. Solo tackle 72, sacks 2.5. He's good coming off the edge. He's solid in the run stuff in the department. Okay in pass coverage. Why do I have him so low? The reason I have him so low is he's got to keep his head on straight. He's gotten ejected from a couple games, and some games he disappears. Like, there are games where he can show up and be, like, everywhere at once. He's a very good, quick player. Strong player. He's gotten better and better every year that he's been in the league. Problem, though, is he's got a little bit of a temper. Something we've worried about with, like, George Pickens going to Dallas Cowboys. He's got a bit of a temper. DK Metcalf with the Steelers now. Bit of a temper. Can go to his head and can get very, very in a lot of trouble. Has gotten ejected from games before for not being the brightest player when it comes to heated moments. Now, as a football player, he's a great athlete, great player, very instinctive, very aggressive type of player, which you like on defense. You want to be physical, you want to be aggressive, but you got to keep your emotions in check. It doesn't help your team when you're causing penalties or getting ejected. It only hurts your team. He's got to keep those emotions in check. Play to win games. Use that emotion to help you win, to help your team. That's what he's got to do. If he can do that, he's going to skyrocket up this list. But for right now, he's at number 17. And we get into number 16. I got the Browns rookie linebacker Carson Schlesinger, first second-round pick to sign his deal. I like Carson Schlesinger. I'm shocked he fell to the second round. I honestly thought he was going to be a first-round pick, a late first-round pick, and I'm shocked the Browns got him. Great move by the Browns. They got a steal in this one. He's 22 years old, came from UCLA, pick 33. I think he's going to be a fantastic linebacker for the Browns. Very smart player, very instinctive player. Quick, needs to build up some more muscle, needs to get a little bit bigger. But man, he is such a freak athlete and somebody that I think is going to be a fantastic linebacker in this league for years and years and years to come. He's so good. Like, think of like a Sean Merriman type of player. I think Carson Schlesinger can be that. He's got the energy. He's got the physicality. And I think he's going to blow up on the Browns. I think he's going to be fantastic for them. I have high hopes for this kid. But he's number 16. He's still a rookie. There's one rookie I have a lot higher that I have a lot more, that I love a lot more, that I wish the Jets got. I wish he fell past the second round. I think you guys know who I'm going to talk about. But Carson Schlesinger, I really, really like. Thought he was going to go in the first round. Thought there was some linebacker needy teams in the first round. But the Browns got a steal here. I really like him as well. Great job by them. He's number 16 for me at this moment in this power ranking. Then we get to Matt Milano. Matt Milano, I still can't forgive him for breaking Mike White's ribs years ago. It was a clean hit, honestly. He was a great tackle by him, a great sack. But man, ruined our quarterbacks. He's been a pain in the butt for the Jets for many years. Only played in 4 games. The biggest problem with Matt Milano, he is a fantastic player too. But, again, durability. He can't stay healthy. When he's on the field, he's electric. That defense, that Bills defense is something to not be messed with. He is a physical monster. Very fast as well. Does not miss a lot of tackles. Problem is, plays in 4 games. Plays in 8 games. Doesn't play a full season. And that's been the plague in his career for a long, long time. Now, like I said, he is a pain in the butt for the Jets. He terrorizes us. But I got to give him his props. The guy's a fantastic linebacker. He's a really good one. It's just, if he can stay healthy, I'd have him a lot higher on this list. And I almost put him higher on this list. The problem was the durability concerns. That's the biggest issue. The best things about players are, can we rely on you to be healthy? He hasn't been reliable in that department, but he's still a fantastic football player when he's on the field. He can wreck a game. He has wrecked games. Problem is durability, and that's why I have him number 15. Getting into number 14, I got the Jaguars linebacker, Foyesade Olokun. He is so much fun to watch. He's exciting. That whole linebacking core for the Jaguars is so fun to watch. You guys already know my feelings about Devin Lloyd that they have over there. Foyesade Olokun is another one that's really, really good. I enjoy him a lot watching over there. Again, he played in only 13 games last year, but he still had 60 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception. He does everything right. He's a solid, solid player. Does he have elite skills? No, but he's very smart. He's athletic. He's smart. Can do anything you ask him to do. He covers tight ends very, very well. When you put him up against a shifty receiver, that's when he struggles. But as a covering tight ends, he can do very well. Can come flying off the edge as well. That's not his game. But as a pass coverage guy, he's very, very good. And he doesn't miss a lot of tackles either. Very good player for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But for right now, he's ranked number 14 for me. But I could definitely have him higher. There's just a lot of other linebackers that are just so freaking talented. That's what makes these lists so hard. But I love doing them. And I hope you enjoy them too. Make sure you're hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys as well. I appreciate it for all of those that are in here joining me in the Jets Ward. Love having you guys here and appreciate you so much. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on all those social network stuff. It's so much fun to hear from you guys, and I love to make these videos and live streams for you. But coming into number 13, I got Kyle Van Noy. The reason I have Kyle Van Noy is so low. 34 years old. He's been in the league for 11 years. Played 16 games last year, 25 tackles, 12 and a half sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Is he going to be able to replicate that sack number, those numbers? He's not much in the pass coverage game. He really isn't. He's not the fastest guy. He's very intelligent, good in the run coverage. Pass coverage, that's where it depletes for him. But as a blitzer, the guy's a monster. The guy's a freak. The Baltimore Ravens have a great player in him, but again, he's getting older. Can he stay healthy for a whole season? He's been durable most of his career, but age always wins. Can he replicate those sack numbers? I don't think he can, but he does a lot of other things very, very well, and I like where the Baltimore Ravens are at. Kyle Van Noy, number 13 on my list for power rankings. Number 12, I got a player that I love so much, and I think one of the more underrated linebackers in this league, former Browns linebacker and current Cardinals linebacker, Mack Wilson Sr. I love this kid. He's 27 years old, 6'1", 246 pounds, can stop the run, can cover really, really well as well. Played in 16 games last year, had 44 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 interception. Guy's everywhere. He is a leader on that Cardinals defense and just an overall stud. Very shocked when the Browns let him go. Love this guy. I think he's such an underrated player in this league. I think he's just getting better and better. He's always there for the Cardinals. He's on every single play. And you got to give him up. He's a great blitzer. He's good in coverage, solid in run stuffing. The guy overall is a leader on that Cardinals defense and just such good instincts for them. Fantastic guy on that team and only getting better and better in my opinion. Mack Wilson Sr., number 12 on my list. Number 11, this is my favorite rookie linebacker in this draft, Demetrius Knight. I love Demetrius Knight. Kobe King was another one, but he's not a starter on a team right now. Kobe King was a fun one to watch in film. But Demetrius Knight, I love him. He's such an underrated guy. I hope the Bengals sign him to a second-year deal very, very soon. He deserves it. He's going to be a monster on that Bengals defense this year. Give him some physicality that they did not have last year. Honestly, freaking awesome player. Got the monster size, great speed, can cover for his size, but overall monster when it comes to blitzing and great at stopping the run as well. Guy sets the edge like nobody else can. The guy's freakishly athletic for his size and just an overall leader. I think going to be a fantastic player on that Bengals defense. One of my favorite young linebackers in the league at this point. Overall, great player. So watch out for Demetrius Knight this year. I think he's going to explode this year if they ever freaking sign him. Going on, I got Nolan Smith Jr. for the Eagles at number 10. He is a good player. Again, durability concerns. He's currently injured right now for the Eagles. And he's a great player. Great at pass coverage, good blitzer and stuff like that. Needs to bulk up. Needs to get a little bit bigger to take on some of those bigger guards that come after him or bigger tackles that come after him. But overall, he's a speedy guy. 6.5 sacks last year. Very, very good. Solo tackles 21. Needs to be a little bit more physical, get lower to make some more tackles. Players sort of bounce off him every now and again, those bigger running backs or bigger tight ends. But overall, freak athlete, very, very fast, very good. And another stalwart on that Eagles defense. That's very, very good. So Nolan Smith Jr., number 10 on my list. At number 9, I got Harold Landry from the New England Patriots, former Titan, going back to his former head coach, Mike Vrabel, where he had the most success. Played in 17 games last year, 42 solo tackles, 9 sacks. Again, this guy is more of just an edge rusher monster. He can blitz and give you so much speed coming off that edge and physicality coming off that edge. He's known for the sacks. He's not known for pass coverage, but he can cover a little bit. And run stuffing, he's okay in. But he's more known as a blitzer and guy who just wreaks havoc in other teams' backfields. And I think being back with Mike Vrabel as his head coach, being in that defensive system that he did so well in, I think Harold Landry is going to thrive. Watch out for a 10-sack season for this guy this year. I think he can do it again. Very good player. And I love Harold Landry. Hate that he's with the Patriots, but a fantastic overall player. But getting into number 8, Byron Young for the Rams. Again, another player who I don't think is talked about enough. Very underappreciated. Rams fans love this guy. Been in the league for 2 years. He's 27 years old, on the older side for that type of stuff, even being in the league for only 2 years. He's a physical guy, good in the run coverage, had 7.5 sacks last year, 1 forced fumble, okay in coverage, blitzer, fantastic coming off the edge, physical guy, good speed as well. Just a monster on that Rams defense. And that linebacking core, I think, is good. But Byron Young, I think, is the unsung hero. We have Jared Verse. We know how great he is. But Byron Young is very, very good for the Rams. And I think somebody who is an unsung hero on that team and a very good leader for the Rams on that defense. Even though he hasn't been in the league for very long, he's still a monster on that defense. So Byron Young coming in at number 8. Number 7, I think the Chargers linebacking core is just so freaking good. I got Tuli Tuipulotu here. 22 years old. He's been in the league for 2 years. Played in 17 games last year. 26 solo tackles, 8.5 sacks, 1 forced fumble. The guy's just everywhere. Similar to Dian Henley, who their middle linebacker is. This guy's just freaking everywhere. He's so good. He's a speedy guy, powerful guy. He's only been in the league for 2 years. He's still 22. Still getting bigger and bigger, building up some muscle this offseason. He's going to be a monster. Those numbers, I think, are going to skyrocket. I think he's going to be a 10-sack guy this next year. Overall, just a great player. Tuli Tuipulotu, I think, watch out for number 45 on that Chargers defense. He might be up there for a double-digit sack season and just a monster on that Chargers defense. I like what the Chargers got in him. Very underrated, in my opinion. But right now, number 7 on my list. Getting into number 6, I got Brian Burns, and this is much of a cheat. I know I had him on my edge rushers list, but right now he's on the weak side linebacker for the Giants as well. I'm not going to spend too much time on Brian Burns. You know what he is. He's a monster coming off the edge, physical guy, not much in coverage. He's more of a blitzer. Great player that they got there. He's very durable as well. I think his numbers are going to go up now, especially since they have Abdul Carter and Kayvon Thibodeau over there still. That defense is getting better and better. Dexter Lawrence, if he can stay healthy for a whole year, is a monster as well, which can only help Brian Burns. Overall, we know what Brian Burns is. Physical monster, defensive presence on that team, leader on that defense, and overall just an edge rushing monster. So Brian Burns right now is my number 6 ranked weak side linebacker. Now, getting into the exciting part, getting into the top 5, my number 5 5 weak side linebacker is Jonathan Grenard from the Minnesota Vikings. I like Grenard. I loved him when he was with the Texans. Great player there, and only has gotten better since going into the Brian Flores type of defense. They let him just rush the passer. He is a physical guy. When he gets to stand there and go after the quarterback, that is his best that he can be. Been in the league 5 years, still a young player, 28 years old, monster. 41 tackles, 12 sacks, 4 forced fumbles. Physical guy. Not going to give you too much in the pass coverage, but in run stopping and blitzing off the edge, the guy's a freak. Minnesota stole him from the Texans, basically. When going into that Brian Flores aggressive type of defense, they let him shine. And Grenard's only getting better and better, in my opinion. So watch out for Grenard this year. He's my number 5 ranked weak side linebacker. Number 4, Frankie Louvu. I'm so mad that he's not a Jet. He had 1 season with the Commanders last year and was a monster. 54 total tackles, 8 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 1 interception. The guy just does everything. He's so underrated. He does everything. And I know more and more people are starting to come around to him. But man, he's just so good. He is everywhere on that defense. Any defense that he's been a part of, he's been everywhere. And Jets saw flashes of it when he was with us. Then he went to Carolina and shined there. And now he's with the Commanders. God, Frankie Louvu's just getting better and better every year that he's been in the league. I love Frankie Louvu. And he's my 4th ranked guy. Just does everything right. Smart player, instinctive player. Can cover, can stop the run. Weaker in the run defense, but he still can do it. Great pass coverage guy. Great blitzing off the edge. Very fast. And is durable too. He's such a good player. And only getting better. But number 3, top 3. Number 3 is Jermaine Pratt. I think the Raiders got a steal when he got cut from the Bengals, which was shocking to me. I thought the Bengals should have kept him. He was one of the better players, if not the best player on that defense, other than Trey Hendrickson. He had 80 tackles last year. He didn't miss. 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions. No, more known as a physical thumper, but the guy can coverage. The guy can do it all. He's not going to blitz very well, but you put him in a zone or in just a one-on-one situation, he's going to win. He doesn't miss tackles either. He's strong. He's instinctive. He's very smart, which something the Raiders needed in that linebacking core was physicality. Now they got it with Jermaine Pratt. He's the 3rd best linebacker, weak side linebacker in the league. And I think the Raiders got a steal. They snatched him up like that. And Raiders got a really good one. I wish the Jets went after him when he was cut from the Bengals because I thought we could have used him. And that would have made a dynamic linebacking room. Like imagine Jermaine Pratt, Jamie Sherwood, Quincy Williams. That would have been an elite linebacking core, in my opinion. That would have been elite. But the Raiders got a good one. The Raiders got a steal by signing him. They snatched him up so quick. And it was a great move. He doesn't miss tackles. And he's going to do the same thing for that defense this year. I think if Christian Wilkins can stay healthy and Max Crosby can stay healthy, Jermaine Pratt and those 3 the 3 of them are going to feast this year. That defense, watch out for the Raiders defense. They're not going to be bad. They need help in the cornerbacks, but that pass rushing and the linebacking core, I think they can be pretty good. I think they can be okay, especially now that they have Jermaine Pratt there as a leader on that defense. Watch out for their defense this year. I think they can be better, especially under Pete Carroll. But getting into number 2. Number 2 is TJ Watt. He just got his new contract with the Steelers. They are going all in. Biggest thing, he needs to be able to stay healthy. He's dealt with injuries in his career, but when he's on the field, that Steelers defense is much better. He had 11.5 sacks last year, 6 forced fumbles, 40 solo tackles. The guy's just a monster when he's on the field. He has had durability concerns, though. He's more of an edge rusher. He can cover. That's not his game, but he can. But overall, TJ Watt, I'm glad the Steelers were able to work out a deal with him. I had a feeling they weren't going to let him go. He's your best player, so you can't let your best player walk out the door. So they had to pay him. And the Steelers right now are in a win now. They have to win. They have Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. They have DK Metcalf under contract. They have Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay. They have all these pieces that are not getting any younger. They have to win now. And if you let TJ Watt go out the door, that would have been a big issue. But now you keep him there, your chances are a lot better. But TJ Watt, he's my second ranked outside linebacker because that leaves number one, the Denver Broncos weak side linebacker, Nick Bonitto. He is the best weak side linebacker in the league. The guy can do everything right. And he gets over, Nick Bonitto, I feel like it's overshadowed because they have Zach Allen, who had a monster year on that defensive line. John Franklin Myers, who had an awesome year on that defensive line. Pat Surtain, who could arguably one of the top two, number one or two cornerbacks in the league. Nick Bonitto is a monster on that defense. He is in the backfield every play for the Broncos. And I'm going to talk about the Broncos a little bit longer because, and if she's in the chat, my grandmother last week got so mad because I didn't give the Broncos so much attention in my last live stream. So, Nana Laura, this one's for you. Nick Bonitto is number one because he can do everything. 13 and a half sacks last year, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception, can cover. Very, very fast young player, still only 25, 3 years in the league, getting better and better. And that defense that the Broncos have is elite. Not just good, not great, they're elite. They have stars at basically every position. They signed Dre Greenlaw, who's injured from the Niners, to come in and bulk up that linebacking core too. They got Hufanga, the strong safety from the Niners as well, to bulk up that defensive backs core. The Broncos, if Bo Nix can take another step, the Broncos can win that division. And Nick Bonitto is going to be a monster on that team. He is in every single play. The guy is good. And there's a reason I have him as my number one ranked guy on this list. The guy is just an overall monster. He can do everything, can cover, can rush the passer, can stop the run. He is probably, I know Pat Surtain gets all of the love on that defense. Nick Bonitto should get it just as much. The guy's a monster. They have 2 stars on that defense. Surtain and Bonitto. He's the best outside linebacker in the league as far as I'm concerned. And nobody talks about him. He's very underappreciated. But I think the Broncos hit on this kid and have a freak of an athlete there. So, guys, that is my power rankings. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun doing these ones. We're getting into the strong side linebackers in the coming weeks. I will say I won't be going live next weekend. I'll be visiting my brother and sister-in-law down in Virginia. So I'm excited for that. Going to be taking the family on a nice little vacation. So no live stream next week. We'll be coming back and doing a live stream the weekend after, though. So be ready for that. And just excited to be here with you guys. It's so much fun doing all this with you. And I just hope you enjoy these live streams. I really have fun talking to you guys about the NFL, about these players who you might not know much about, or hearing what your own opinions are. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And make sure, enjoy yourself this weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you relax. Hope you have some fun. Enjoy the nice weather we're supposed to be getting. Hot weather. Go into your pool. Relax. Have a nice drink. Do whatever you need to relax. And again, guys, thank you so much for joining me in the Jets Ward. Thank you, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.